Hello, and this is my video on all 30 thief missions ranked. In just the first two Dark Engine games, not no Deadly Shadows or 2014. But I played these first in 2 years ago. In 2020, I've played it 3 times each, normal, hard, expert. So this has changed quite a bit through that. So you just some of these were pretty hard to place. No stuff, no different versions of them like from Dark Project versus Gold or the Thief 2 demo. No blooper reel, no training mission, which I don't even have access to right now because due to something upcoming. And I tend to be pretty like lenient for these types of things. So, well, let's get into it. Number 30 is Trace the Courier. It's the worst one because it's not even really a mission. It's just tailing, like an Assassin's Creed mission, like one of the bad ones. So, which I didn't like in Assassins, and that was just the first the first chunk of that level. It does have zombies, which is for Thief 2 pretty rare. Uh, like there's the pickpocketing like side objective if you're playing on expert, but there's not really much to talk about. Number 29 is casing the joint, which is a worse version of masks that you have to ghost, so you have to go through without being seen, but it's kind of inconsistent as to what that means. And it's right side by side with masks, so you have to play them like right next to each other, which might not have been a problem if they made Thief 2 gold and they put something in between, but that never happened because it went bankrupt. Number 28 is Escape, which is just not what Thief is designed for. You're not supposed to really be doing that much combat, and it's just jank. The the atmosphere is nice though with the reuse of the mission sword. Number 27 is Strange Bedfellows, which I actually liked on my first playthrough. I don't really know how, but I remember liking it, and I wish I still could because it's a reuse of it's a return to what undercover, which is one of my favorites from Thief 1. But it's just the bug creatures that spray bugs at you, not good. You have to kill all of them if you bonk one. Um, and it's just confusing caves once you get through the temple. Okay, getting into the actual thief missions is Escape from Craigslist, which is the second stage, which I'm not sure if I like that placement, but oh well. Um, it's the introduction to the zombies, but I think it's one of the only ones that has both zombies and actual stealth. Very good atmosphere, but the prison part is copy pasted, obviously, because that's sort of how cell blocks work. Next up is the hana and cathedral, which very very confusing. You go around in circles a lot. Um, the loot is way too scattered for the expert version, where I had to go around in circles for 20 minutes for the last bit. Um, I wish they did more stuff with him with it past Deadly Shadows. This looks like basically Gloomwood. Looks like it's this, but better, like a full game of this. So I'm excited for that. Number 24 is Into the Maw of Chaos, which is basically a 3D platform Remember, it reminds me a lot of the Bowser stages from Mario 64, especially the uh, ice slide. You can't actually buy anything before, even though that it feels like you should be able to from a story sense. That probably would adding some loot probably would have made Bedfellows better too. But it is kind of like a dis anticlimactic ending though. Number 23 is interesting because this is the final level of Thief 2, which is sort of the opposite of the first one because that this one is a lot bigger, but also like not that fun. The crafting, uh, weird crafting system is kind of cool. I finally, this is my first time actually doing all the activating all towers, and I I learned that you should really be building the mines for the centuries. Um, and this is sort of like a trope I like where if you can't like does make sense to have an actual final boss. They have basically what I call the PA system finale where they're just talking to you over the PA system. So jokes on you, Karis. I never used the mechanical eye. Number 22 is Thieves Guild, which I actually made me quit the first time I played it, but after uh, after playing it a couple more times, I've actually kind of grown to like it. It's weirdly rewarding, even though it's massive. It's just one massive sewer and like a couple extra things that would be a better mission on their own. Um, the casino's cool, but and the houses that you have to rob are cool, but the sewer could kind of. I'm fine with it, but I do get why people hate it. I used to too. Uh, Number 21 is running interference, the first part of Thief 2. Um, it's basically kind of an escort mission, but like you don't have to escort them until everyone's already like knocked out, so that's good. But the 200 in gems for the uh, on expert makes it. I don't think you can actually do that without finding secrets. Um, I that's kind of all I have to say. I hope Petty Thief 2 is soon, Civi. Number 20 is Down in the Bone Horde, which is it's nice going to it after what was it? It's Craigslist, but it is still like a zombie mission, but it's a good one. I liked all the traps and the burricks. I love those. I love the burricks and rope arrows. First time to get to use those. I don't know. I shouldn't have to talk about how good those are. Although they, it still has ladder problems in these. Number 19 is Trail of Blood, which is way better than its sister, Tracing the Courier, because it's an actual mission. I believe this is the one where you get vine arrows, which are even better rope arrows. Um, but we're back in the maw, but this time it's better. Basically, a better version of the final areas of Dark Project. I wish we got more of it, probably in Thief 2 Gold. Number 18 is Lord Bafford's Manor, which is I don't have much to say because it's the first one, but it's just good. Good, like might have some one dash one stuff with learning elements. I don't know. I'm not a level design expert. Number 17 is the Lost City, which is not great gameplay wise IMO, but has some great world building. I love Carith Din, the Lost City. Um, the Guild of Enlightenment from it might be possibly a precursor to Keepers, which I like. Um, I came up with that myself. Um, it is in gold. It's the last we see of the hand because Thief 2 gold never came out. But the automatic likes are cool. The the extra like having to get stuff in gems isn't as annoying as in interference. Number 16 is ambush, which count my blessings that this isn't a hub level because those weren't too good in 3 and 4. But yes, you get ambushed. Um, I don't really understand how the helmets work in Thief 2, where you have like it sort of makes the blackjack even more inconsistent, which is already is kind of inconsistent. That might just be me. Number 15 is assassins, which just start off tailing, but it's pretty short, and after that, it's just it's like a bigger version of Bafford's Manor. After that, it's not very memorable, but it's still good. You learn to lockpick, which I like the lockpicking in these games. That's about it. The sword is number 14, which is very MC Escher, very confusing. Uh, love all the garden stuff and like the massive room and like tiny doors and the upside down rooms. Just a lot of it, but it's also pretty confusing. I also saw the throne room from the cutscene, which I thought was a nice detail. Uh, Number 13 is Kidnap, which is in the Lost City again. I'm not sure how they did this completely because I like recognized a lot of I'm in this place. I'm like knowing where I am compared to the last one. I don't really get how the schedule works, but it's interesting. There's a lot of security, but by security I mean the robots and the mechanical eyes. But there's a lot. Next is Return to the Cathedral, which once you get the eye, it becomes a fetch quest, which but even despite that, it's easily the best zombie mission. I like Brother Muris as a character, but it's it has some of the best atmosphere in the series, I think. Next up is Undercover, which is going undercover is a bit jank because sometimes they spot you for seemingly no reason. I think it is something to do with if you're running too much. The switch, the like having to get all the switches in time limit is I really like. It's probably I also like had a really good run when I was playing it on hard, so that helps. Next up is number 10, the Mage Towers, which is massive. The towers themselves are very abstract and like video gamey. I like the Hand Brotherhood. I wish we got more of them out of gold. I still don't get how like the actual end works, how the puzzle at the end works, and you get gas arrows for the first time, which are very useful. I like them. Next up is number 9, First City Bank and Trusts, which is one of the. It feels like it might be one of the biggest in the whole series. With how many rooms and like how many little details there are. A lot of interesting stuff to read. A lot of security though. Depends on how much you like dealing with the machines in general, especially in the basement, which is creepy. Which, eh. Okay, number 8, masks, which I believe is the only level in Thief 2 to have an Hammerites instead of Mechanists. If you now finding correspondence is a bit of a pixel hunt. If you didn't do that in casing, you still have to do it now. It's definitely not helped by being right after casing the joint, but it's still really good as the final, like it's the last thief mission until Soul Forge, so last like real thief mission until Deadly Shadows. Okay, number 7, blackmail. So the houses outside of the mansion are nice to go through. There's a twist I don't want to spoil. That's good, and well, it's a mansion. It's thief. That's an easy slam dunk, but it's not the like, and I love the after party stuff. But it's not the best party will be to here. Okay, number 6, eavesdropping, which the meeting you're eavesdropping is great, and the stuff after once you're done eavesdropping is also one of my favorites. It's a pretty small map, but it has so much in it, and it introduces so much stuff with the servants and the uh, like metal beasts and all those mechanist things. Okay, number 5, shipping and receiving. So this one's massive and confusing if you don't realize that you can only open one of the massive big doors at once. Like you can't open them all at once, and once you realize that, it's really good. There's 14 secrets, like a lot of little details, and all the businesses. It's real good. Next up is Frame, number 4. Where Shoalsgate Station is a great thief map. There's just a lot of detail. The knockout limit, you can only knock out like 8 people on, I think it's normal, and a few less on hard, and no one on expert. So you'll have to like flash bomb them if you get spotted. Um, and there's a lot of little references to Thieves Guild and Running Inference, and a lot of like interesting stuff, and you can read. Okay, top 3. Starting with Song of the Caverns, the best of Thief 1, which starts out as a bait and switch where you start thinking that it's just another dungeon crawl when nope, it's a real actual thief level with like people. There's the opera house is like one of the best settings you could put in a thief game. You know, a lot of like snooty people you steal from. And next one actually surprised me. Number 2, Precious Cargo, which takes place on an island, with a lot of mechanists. I like the side objectives. There's just a bunch of pirates, and you go on a submarine. So yeah. Okay, number 1, and it's obvious, Life of the Party. This is probably one of the fan favorites for a reason. I mean, they made it. It's the one in the demo for a reason. You could cut it in half, and you'd have 2 like top 5 missions with I mean, first half with the Thieves Highway. I wish they did a lot more with that. The closest thing I can think of is Thief 4, which I actually like Thief 4 a bit, but it's definitely. And then the Angel Watch is also just a good mechanist level. Well, I think that's it. See you sometime.
Okay, and thank you for watching. Had some trouble putting this on YouTube. I had to re-edit it. Well, I'm going to re-edit it. I'm recording this before that, but thank you.